So let's install this. Oops. Okay. Looks like they're all in now. Let's grab our bolts. I'm just gonna snag them first. Okay, and we're gonna torque them to 17.4 or 18 foot-pound. Okay. Next is we're gonna install the high pressure line, the U-shaped one. Okay, then we're gonna torque that to 26, I think. Let me double check. So that's 26. I'm just using a Crawford, what do you call that? Wrench here. Okay. Okay, so that's torque. What's next? Our line here, that's gonna be later. I think I'm replacing that. Am I replacing that? No, I'm not replacing that. Oh, this line here, this guy. So we're gonna be replacing this. Let me grab that. Okay, here, the darker flare there, that's gonna be going to your pressure pump, high pressure side. And yeah, so then just gonna put your bolts first. Same thing on the side of the engine. torque our flare here. Same torque, 26 I think. So how are we gonna do this? Like this. Okay. I'll just snug this first with the wrench so that it won't move. Okay, that's tight. Let's do on our high pressure pump side. Oops. Wrong. I didn't put lotion. There's no service on that. Should I put? It doesn't service here. No, that's old sticker. Just come here for complaint. So there's no special service, right? Huh? Yeah, if you want to do a break. Well, you just come here for complaint, you know? Because the rotors that we replace, I think that's under warranty from last time, no? Huh? Oh, see? But how come it passes as a goodwill gesture if it's belonging to so much? Okay. What? Okay.
What is that?
Injector. Injector.
Oh, that was fun.
Huh?
Oh, you're recording, my bad.
That's okay. What do you want, man?
But no, just checking to see what you're doing.
Are you checking me, huh?
Yeah.
You're checking my hours, huh?
Checking your ass? Oh my god. Also, we got some flooded cars upstairs, eh?
What, the Accent or the Elantra?
Launch a GT.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you're trying to work on that.
Torque to spec. Okay, so we're done with that. We torque it. Oh, I still have to tighten the bolt for our bracket for our high pressure pipe. 10 mm. Okay, let's remove the rags. Make sure you remove it. Let's just wipe down the surface on the cylinder head. Okay, now our lower intake manifold. I'm just gonna wipe that down. And before we forget the foam on the side, because we took that out. So that's going inside here. Yeah, like that. And our lower intake manifold. Reverse. Reverse. Okay. Our bolts. Okay, going from inside to outside. So we're just gonna snag it. Then we're gonna torque it to 23 foot-pound. So, this lower manifold, they call it the intake manifold. The bigger one, they called it the surge tank. So, one, two, now our line here. So 210 mm. Where's my 210 mm? Okay, let me cover this because I think I'm gonna continue this tomorrow morning because it's time for me to go. But before I go, let's quickly remove or replace this VFS solenoid and our bank one intake. So our VFS, there's only two 10mm nut, a bolt there. So just prepare some rags just in case there's some oil coming out there, so that will not create a mess. So I'm just using a flat screwdriver right now. Okay, here's our BFS. And the older, or the Elantras, I know these guys like sticking. So let's compare quickly on the new one and how it looks like. So here's our new one. It's slowly going down, but this guy, I don't know if that's normal. Like when I lower that down, it comes down right away. Right? On our new one, it's slowly going down there on the pin. So I don't know if that's normal or not, but we'll see that if this is the right part to fix that erratic movement, not too much movement on our data, right? So I hope so, because I really don't want to do a CVVT replacement on this vehicle, and that's gonna be the first on this Palisade, because I haven't seen one failed yet. What? Why is it not going in, man? Okay, we're just gonna tight them. Hand tight or finger tight or wrist tight. Okay, so our new VFS installed, injector is installed. So tomorrow I'm just gonna put everything back together and we can try to see our VFS, or not the VFS, the intake reading on our scan tool. And yeah, and for the imbalance ratio, it doesn't really, because when I was checking that last time too, I can't really see any fuel trims in there, right? So I'm just concerned about this right now, and then I'm just gonna let go of this vehicle and see if that injector imbalance or the air fuel imbalance on the specific cylinder will fix it, and hope that this VFS will fix that intake erratic reading. Alright guys, so we're back at this car. We're gonna install now our surge tank. Make sure its connection is good there. This guy. I'm gonna just wipe this end of this surface here in our surge tank. install this guy. Okay, now first, before we put our bolts here, let's install our 14mm first. Okay, and install our bolts here. Okay, I'm just gonna zip it in, inside, outside. Yeah, we're gonna torque it to 8.7 foot-pound, but I'll just torque it to 10. Now we're gonna tighten our bolt at the back. Okay. Then we're just gonna position this harness again. So whatever connections that you remove, just reconnect those. Okay, so everything is connected here, right? Just gonna put our hoses. Throttle body, I have to look for one bolt there because it dropped in underneath. I hope I can find that without lifting the vehicle, because I didn't position the car to lift it up, right, in the bay or in the hoist. So let me look for the bolt and then let's continue putting everything back together on that side. Okay, so I found our bolt. Let's do this hose first. That's behind. Okay, and this hose too. Next is our throttle body. Snug them. Same thing, 8.7, but I'll torque them to 10. Your connector, your throttle body. Don't forget your purge line here, or the vapor line. Okay, looks like everything is attached. You just have to, don't forget your hose from your air snorkel air box that's going to your valve cover, right? So let me put our air box assembly, battery, and I guess we can try to start this vehicle. it's not going in. Okay, lastly, forget your retaining clip here for fuel line. And then I'm just gonna put this foam later once we start this vehicle so that I can know at least my connection is not leaking, right? So we're gonna go inside the car, start this vehicle and see what our reading, especially on the intake, bank one, cam position. Okay, we're inside the car. I'm gonna do a first start up now. Okay, so I'm gonna do a first start up now. I pull up our data here on the intake. I'm not gonna worry on the exhaust, so we're just gonna be comparing the bank 1 and bank 2. We know we have some erratic reading on bank 1, so let's do first start up first. Okay, at least the car starts. No warning lights here first on the cluster. Right now, since our RPM is not stable, it's elevated 1000 RPM or 1100 or something like that. My camshaft reading here and the intake are almost the same, so I'm gonna let it warm up, wait until it's on at idle, right? Normal idle. And then let's get back here and see our reading here in our bank 1 intake. Alright guys, so we're at stable idle now. That's below 1000 RPM. So far our reading right now on our bank 1 compared to the set point, they match up 141, 141. On our bank 2, shows 141, 141. Unlike before, the bank one was erratic. It jumps from 138 to 141. So this is a good sign. Okay. And as you can see on our graph, they almost match, right? Okay, so that's good. One more thing, at least we're done with our camshaft reading here on our scan tool. For the injector, I'm just gonna let this go and then let the customer monitor, and just to double check if we don't have any leaks on our high pressure side, since we touch those lines there. I'm gonna graph that. Right now we're reading at 780, so I'm gonna get ignition off and do an ignition on, right? As you can see here, it's rising up, right? So that means that our high pressure fuel side is good. There's not leak, because if there's a leak, that's gonna start dropping, and then we can, I guess, we're gonna recheck on what we did, right? But anyway, at least that's good. That's your confirmation that you don't have any leak on your high pressure side. So there you go, guys. That's the replacement on the injector on the 3.8. I think this is 3.8 engine, and the variable force solenoid. So variable force solenoid is just easy to do. 210 mm bolts there, and if you get that reading, that erratic reading on the camshaft, yeah, make sure you use the right oil, the viscosity. If it's called for 5W30, use 5W30. And then if the oil change didn't help, yeah, you're gonna start with that variable force solenoid before you go inside on the timing system, because that's a lot of work. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and let me know what you guys think, and thanks again for watching. See you next time.